What's up, everyone? Welcome to this month's arm day. So we got a cool one here for you. It's a long one. So we have 2, 4, 6 exercises, 3 supersets, 2 exercises per superset. Let's get into it. Exercise number 1, Superman curls. That's going to be the first exercise that supersets with the next exercise, which is alternating skull crushers using a dumbbell. So let's start with Superman curls. Superman curls are a very cool cable curl that I love. I basically widen the grip as much as I possibly can on my functional trainer. And my favorite is to use the track handles. They have this really cool 360-degree plane of motion that they can go through. I love using those for Superman curls. I put my back up against the actual functional trainer, and then I keep my elbows up. That's the key. I like having my back supported because it eliminates cheating, and I love having my elbows up because it isolates the bicep. That's the goal behind this, is to really isolate the biceps. So that's the first exercise. Second exercise, alternating skull crushers using a dumbbell. This is very accessible for most gym goers. All you need is bench and some dumbbells. Skull crushers, very good tricep extension exercise, but you want on this to understand the difference between the traditional and the alternating. The alternating is going to be right hand down, pause, left hand down, pause, right up, and left up. So there's basically 4 movement patterns that all go into one repetition. It forces the isometric of the arm that goes down first to hold the weight in place. Make sure when you extend, you're not extending over your face, you're extending behind your head. So you want the weight to stay contracted on the muscle the entire time. So that's the first superset of those 2 exercises. Next, we have tricep extension using the arm assassin neutral grip and the standing preacher curl on what we're using is the bulletproof isolator. So the first exercise will require Arm Assassin is an awesome company. They're a strength training company that specializes in arm wrestlers. So they've got a lot of big, bulky grip machine parts that are oftentimes attached to your selectorized machines or to cables, more than likely. And they have also they have perfected this wheel design with a chain that really forces you to roll your movement patterns as you do, like a tricep extension or a curl. That is really what's going to get the most bang for your buck, is using this type of a piece of equipment. So it's very, very cool for that. Arm Assassin, again, that's the name of the company. And I'm doing tricep extension with their neutral grip attachment. So go on there, find that. That's what you're going to want. Next, we have the standing preacher curl. Now, I am using what I consider to be one of the more versatile pieces of equipment that I've ever found, and that's the bulletproof isolator. The bulletproof isolator requires an upright, and then it can perform just about any lever action movement you can conceive of in your head, not the least of which is preacher curls. So preacher curls are one of their flagship movements, I think, in my opinion. It's the easiest one to kind of figure out when you get it. It's like, oh, I can do this on this thing really easily. That's what I'm doing here. I'm doing it from a standing position. On this, do it to where you get the biggest range of motion. Make sure you adjust the dial downward. If you guys don't have this machine, just find one inside of your gym. Most gyms will have a preacher curl machine somewhere around. If they don't, get yourself a bench and just use dumbbells. Dumbbells up against a bench is a perfectly reasonable way to do preacher curls if you don't have a machine. Now, third superset. We've got diamond push-ups on the power plate and isometric curls on the power plate. Obviously, from everything I just said, you can tell you're going to need a power plate move. This is one of the more popular pieces of equipment that we have incorporated in training. I really like it. I love the vibration frequency that it emits and the difficulty with which that adds to any given exercise. It just does. So doing diamond push-ups on the flat ground is tough. Doing diamond push-ups on a power plate move, way more so. So that's why I'm doing this. If you don't have a power plate, you can, of course, just do these exercises on flat ground and just cut out that last step. But if you have access to a piece of machinery like that, get yourself involved and use that for these 2 exercises. Diamond push-ups, of course, very close. The first finger and thumb are almost touching. That's the way I do diamond push-ups. And then the isometric curl for the power plate, and they actually come with these straps and handles that are designed to hit this type of an exercise. So it's vibrating and I'm curling, but I'm holding it at peak contraction as hard as I can for a timed interval. That's the thing about this. This is an isometric curl for a timed interval. If you don't have either of those things, get yourself a dumbbell, do a timed interval curl at peak contraction for 30 seconds. Have fun.